Today is Tuesday, Parashat Korach, and we're learning the Mussar from Chok Israel for today. Klala shel Chochma shetika. The rule of wisdom is silence. Mila besela, if a word is worth one sela, let's say $1. Shtikuta, then silence is worth $2. In other words, silence has more value than even speech. She'ani medaber, when I speak, ani mitcharet, I could regret it. She'ani medaber, but if I do not speak, I do not regret it. All too often people say things that they regret after having said them. It would have been better to remain silent. And the rule of wisdom is silence. A truly wise person will be very brief with his words. Ad shelo dibarti, until I spoke. Ani shalit umoshel al devarai. I can rule and control my words. Before I speak, I'm in control of my words. I'm in control of my speech. Avar kshe'yatsa davar mipi. But once the words have left my mouth, as a davar moshel bi, then the words, they rule over me. Once a person speaks, whatever he said, it's already done. Before he says those words, he can still have control over them. And once they went out, then the words have control over him. In other words, he would regret it. He said it already. You'll have to apologize, but it's already much better. It would be much better to just control yourself. The pasuk says, "V'natal lecha rachamim v'rehamecha." Pasuk says, and show you compassion and be compassionate with you. What does it mean here? Hamerahem ala biryot, person who's compassionate towards others. Mina shamayim yerahamu alav. You'll receive compassion from heaven. The way that you act towards others with compassion, the reward will be that Hashem will act towards you also with compassion. Im en adam merahem, ma beno leben behema. If a person doesn't act with compassion, with kindness, with compassion, then ma beno leben behema, what difference is there between him and an animal? She'ena makpedet v'chosheshet b'tzar haverta. Because an animal doesn't care, doesn't perceive the suffering of its fellow. A man is different from an animal. A man has the quality that he can be compassionate towards others. And if he's not, it's like, what difference is there between him and an animal? Amar Chacham, as a wise man said, Mi shezorea et hasin'ah, yiksor et harata. A person who sows seeds of hatred, he will reap regret. So when you put hatred, eventually there will be regret. Aharit ktata harata. The end of quarreling is regret. People get into a fight, into discord, and afterwards they regret it. So better to have the self-control and not to get into those situations. Haletzanut, hamten me'at velo titcharet. Wait a little bit before you act, and you'll not have cause to regret. If you act impetuously, then you might regret it afterwards. But if you take your time to react, like we say, sleep over it, don't knee-jerk reaction. Situations are not good. You need to control yourself. And if you control yourself and you wait a little bit before you respond or before you act, then you won't regret. Haletzanut ma'avira mora ve'ishen yala erva. Letzanut is frivolity, making fun of others, scoffing at others, those type of approaches. Ma'avira mora, they remove the reverence and the awe from Hashem. Ve'ishen yala erva, and is 1 degree before erva, which would be immoral behavior, and a person jokes around, he scoffs and he makes fun of others, and such a person, it's hard for him to have yirat shamayim, and also Many times he can bring him to act in a way that is immoral in terms of relationships. וכל המתלוצץ נופל בגיהינום, ואינו זוכה להקביל פני שכינה. And whoever acts in that way, frivolously and making fun of others and that type of thing, such a person will fall in Gehinnom, and he doesn't have the merit to be brought before the divine presence. Like our rabbis of blessed memory explained from the writings, from the Torah. How could a person take revenge or get the better of his enemy, of somebody who hates him? Yosif ma'ala yetera be'atzmo. The best way to deal with an enemy, with someone who's giving you a hard time, somebody who hates you, is just become a better person yourself. He says, Yosif ma'ala yetera be'atzmo. He should improve himself by one virtue, maybe that he didn't have before. You don't get even with the other guy to attack him or to offend him. Become yourself a better person. That's what you do. Hamtaken beno leven abore, a person who corrects his sins between him and his Creator. Yitaken abore beno leven bnei adam. Hashem will correct and fix other people's sins toward him, or if other people give him a hard time. If a person fixes things between him and Hashem, the rest of the matters with other people that are trouble will be taken care of. This was the Mussar for today, Chok L'Yisrael, Tuesday for Parashat Korach. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen.